Hello everyone, my name is Molly, and today we are here to discuss Shadowhunters Season 2, Episode 15. Episode 15, I thought it was okay. It had kind of a filler episode feeling, a little bit on the Simon storyline, but all in all, it wasn't a horrible episode. I did enjoy it, it was okay. That's all I can say without spoiling it for you guys, so go watch the episode, come back, and we can discuss it, but for those of you who haven't seen the episode, I'm gonna say goodbye to you now, and I'll see you later. So, bye! Okay, let's get into this. So, we open up on the episode, and Simon is heartbroken because Clary loves Jace, which we all knew was coming. But, you know, you do feel kind of bad for the guy because he has been in love with her for such a long time. So, he's at the bar, and he's like, give me some of the strongest stuff you got. And then this random vampire comes up and is like, try this, and gives him some plasma. And of course, Simon drinks it because he's heartbroken and decides to trust this random vampire, and he gets drunk and he blacks out. And awesome. Good plan. Next scene, we have Magnus is being tortured by these memories that came to him while he was being tortured when everybody thought he was Valentine. I feel so bad for him because this is painful. Like, poor Magnus. But we get a scene where Alec wakes up in Magnus's bed, and he comes out and he's like, you haven't been in bed the past 4 days, and I'm just like, so you always sleep over at his house? This is a thing? I like it. Alec is really concerned about Magnus, and Magnus won't talk to him, and so he's worried, but he doesn't know what to do because Magnus won't say anything. And it was really sweet to see him worrying about Magnus and how they have a nice relationship. And then they're like talking, and Magnus is trying to distract Alec and be like, no, I'm fine. But then they talk about like his cute little snores and stuff, and it's so sweet. We get this scene with Jace and Izzy, and Jason's like, I know she felt it too. I can't just erase my feelings. And he sounded like this like annoying teenager, which, I mean, they are teenagers, but like, stop. It felt really out of character for Jace because Jace doesn't just express his feelings. Like, even to Izzy and Alec, he wouldn't just be like, yeah, feelings! Like, he doesn't do that. He keeps them bottled up, and that's part of his issue. I don't understand why they just made him, like, open up to Izzy, especially in the middle of the hallway where all these other Shadowhunters are. He would never do that! Then we go to the boathouse where Simon is living, and Clary shows up, and they end up talking, and she's like, I love you, and Simon's like, don't say that, you don't mean it the way I do, and my heart, poor little Simon, is like devastated. And I feel like Clary's really leading him on, because she's not giving him time, and like, she has to know in some part of her that it's not okay to just totally throw herself at Simon. She has to know in some part of her that she still has feelings for Jace, and she has to feel in some part of her that it's wrong to keep going after Simon when she still has these feelings for Jace. Like, you can't just push them down and use your best friend. And then she never realizes it. Like, I feel like she never once in her head was just like, this is wrong. Then there was a scene with Jace and Valentine, and Jace was really protective of Clary, and it just, please. Simon and Luke have this scene where Luke is like, you're the closest thing to a son that I have, and they started talking about it, and it warmed my heart, because their relationship in the show is awesome. It is really father-son, and it's so sweet, and I love them so much. This episode we meet Aline. They said Aileen. I always said Aline. I'm gonna stick with Aline. But yeah, so we meet Aline. She meets Sebastian, and she starts grilling him about where he's been. And Sebastian, like, stutters, and he's confused, and he doesn't have a story. And I was like, Book Sebastian would never do this. He is too smart to not have a cover-up story, especially for where he's been. Like, he knows. He wouldn't just be like, like, no, he's not that dumb. He would not do that. And that just kind of like another out of character moment that I was like, no. Then, of course, who do we go to when things turn bad? Raphael, because Raphael knows all, and he's the smart one, and I love him in the show because he He's the best character out of all of them. So then Simon gets arrested because some girl was murdered. A mundane was murdered. And even though this wasn't how it happened in the books, I was like, okay, we get this scene where, like, Simon is a vampire. We can't forget he's a vampire. And he's not a special vampire. He still has control issues, and his emotions still get the best of him sometimes. It turns out he didn't actually murder this girl. It was one of the guys who sucked blood out of her feet. Like, what the why would you suck on someone's feet? Then Simon breaks out of the cop car with that sketchy demon cop that, ugh, I never trusted her because she wouldn't have been that important if she was normal. Then Simon goes to the weird vampire prostitution den thing that they have. He yells at this vampire who killed the girl and was like, I know it was you, and like all this stuff. And then he goes, you know what, I'm gonna go tell all the Shadowhunters. And all the vamps turn around, they're like, what? And I was like, Simon, what are you doing? Why would you announce to a den full of vampires that don't want to get their cover blown that you're gonna go tell the Shadowhunters? You don't announce it, you just do it. Simon, you're gonna die, what are you doing? He turns into this badass fighter, and I was like, whoa, dude, like, when did this happen? There is another Malik scene, and there's a casual I love you, which I love. Their casual I love yous are just amazing. But Magnus finally confesses to Alec what's been going on and why he's so upset and all this stuff. And Alec is like, there is nothing ugly about you. And he hugs him and it's so sweet. Then fake Sebastian kills the real Sebastian. And we all know now, definitely, that Sebastian is evil. Then we have the Kleiman scene where Simon's like, yeah, I need time and I need to get over this, but we'll still always be best friends. And it warmed my heart because Simon moved on and he accepts it and they can still be friends. I've had situations myself where like a friend likes you and you don't want to lose that friendship, and that's like your biggest fear at the time, is that you don't want to lose that friendship but can't like them the way that they like you. It warmed my heart that he was able to accept it and be like, I need time, but I'll always be here for you and I'll always come back. Then we go to Idris and we see Idris for the first time, which, what are those effects? Valentine didn't end up in Idris, he ended up somewhere else with this other guy, and then Sebastian's there too, and Sebastian takes the glamour off and we find out he is Jonathan Morgenstern. So this is gonna be the really fun times where we're like, yes, you know, Sebastian and Valentine are together and they're gonna be kicking some evil butt, and then we get to kick their butt because they're being evil. It's gonna be great. Next week is the episode where Paul Wesley directs, and I'm very excited for this episode because I love Paul Wesley and I think he'll do a really good job. He's directed a few episodes of The Vampire Diaries, so he knows how to do it. He knows how to deal with this type of world, which I'm excited about. So that's it for this episode discussion, guys. Let me know what you guys thought of the episode. I try to upload a video every week. If you like my videos, then subscribe, and I'll see you next time.